Forever. Dog.
Oh, wow. Entertainment news.
Ashley Gavin back together with her ex-girlfriend, Jen Parker Davis. Hashtag gossip, hashtag short video, hashtag influencer.
Comedian Ashley Gavin announces reconciliation with ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
Guess what, guys?
This is
I have some
so-
exciting news to share, said Ashley Gavin, the comedian known for her hilarious stand-up routines. I am back together with my ex-girlfriend, Jen Parker Davis, Ashley revealed, leaving her friends stunned.
Leaving her friends stunned.
I didn't know you were into finance.
Oh, I love it. I love numbers. I've always loved like budgeting. I love finance. My mom has been a bookkeeper my whole life. Like she used to work at the bank. Then she was a bookkeeper.
Does she do your bookkeeping?
No, I do my bookkeeping. But what I'm saying is that
I'm not great at bookkeeping. It's
No, I do.
It's hard.
I do all of that.
You'd be so diligent.
Yeah. And so
You do your own?
She taught me from a young age about money and about it's different in Canada. So actually this could be an interesting conversation because this is something I'm actually really passionate about. But I don't really
introduce the pod and then you can just have at it.
Okay, go for it, Matt.
Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chosen Family podcast.
What's up, subscribers?
What's up, guys?
Make sure to hit like and subscribe on this video. Leave a comment. What's
up, guys?
Sometimes things just come out not like how I wanted them to.
Like we're already talking and then it's like, hold on, guys. Could we just we'll just start the podcast now. Oh, what's up, guys?
That was so
Welcome to the Chosen Family podcast. Share with a friend. Leave a review. Sub for sub.
But actually, please do that. Sub for sub.
Do you guys
Right now
remember?
we're doing
Mac,
sub for sub.
Are you too young for sub for sub? Mac?
Sub for
Do you remember?
sub.
There was follow for follow too.
Follow for follow, sub for sub.
Oh my god, I literally thought you were talking about a sex
Sub
thing.
for sub is actually something I'd love to watch if you guys have that.
I literally thought you were talking about a sex thing.
I think
no,
Ashley
I
just
was.
I'm
was.
too young for
I think
sub
Ashley
for
just
sub.
was. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, but like for like?
Anyway, Mac, you want
Like
to
for
continue? No, it was really sub
actually,
for sub.
really,
follow.
no, I don't want to continue. Actually,
You want to take it from the top? You want to give it one more go?
No, I don't want to test my luck.
I think
Every
you should-
Wednesday we sit around the dinner table. We answer your questions because you're gay and you don't have a family. I'm your hot
That's
teenage
right.
brother.
Good work,
Okay,
son.
hold on. That's Dad's role.
You're
I'm just saying what Dad
gay.
taught me.
You're gay.
No.
Let's see if this gets flagged. You're gay. Ha 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 ha.
Flagged for
Gay.
bullying and harassment.
Gay.
We are your chosen family is the point, and I'm Alayna Joy, and I'm your mom.
I'm Ashley Gavin. I'm your dad.
Baby.
I literally already said that I'm the
Mac
baby. I
INGEMI
said
is
it
baby.
first.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Oh, the baby is tired. The baby is moody. The baby needs to be
baby-
burped.
The baby shouldn't
needs
have
a
to
nap.
introduce the baby's self more than once.
Baby needs a nap.
Oh.
Oh, does
No,
baby need to
Mackie
go down
Wacky
for a
is
nap?
off.
Not the Mackie Wacky. Put the Mackie
Mackie
Wacky
Wacky
away.
needs to
Ashley,
be
oh
gently
my
stroked
God.
and
No,
put down.
no, no.
To the end of that episode, like it's not often that I am laughing out loud at my own show when I'm reviewing it. That was
you, Alayna.
the most unhinged thing. If you guys haven't heard up until the end of what was that episode called? Do we know?
I think it's 117.
117. The end.
Is it out yet?
That's what
It'll
I'm
be
trying
out
to
when this
remember.
comes out.
Is it? Yeah, but is it this week that? Do you know what I mean? Like, is
Yes,
that?
because
Oh my God, Mac.
Okay,
yes,
this is exactly
all
what
past
I was
episodes
talking
will be
about.
out when
This is
future
exactly what I was
episodes are out.
talking about.
That is true.
Ashley,
Guys,
Mac just
guys.
shared her insecurity that she thinks that she's a
I was
little
about
bit,
to say,
a
and
little
there's
bit
no
dumb.
reason for you to feel that way, Mac.
No, you're so smart. You have such a good concept of time and the
Let
way
me
it
tell you
passes.
this. This is another insecurity. A
Okay.
quick one.
Yeah.
Another insecurity of mine. This isn't an insecurity. It's just a thing that happens. I think of way better jokes when I listen back to the episodes because I'm
Oh.
like taking a step back.
Yeah.
I think of the funniest shit. Like, not to toot my own horn, but when I'm listening to us talk, I'm like, this is such a good joke. And I sent you guys this the other day when we were talking about JoJo Siwa owning the trampoline park. huge missed opportunity to do dream guest at my trampoline park.
Danny, cut it from here and put it in the other one.
Please. Ashley, do you get it?
I do get it, yeah.
You guys don't think that's that funny? That's like my favorite thing that I've thought of.
You mean the joke itself? Yeah. No, sorry. I thought you meant the concept of like thinking of something funny later.
Do you get it?
No, the joke.
Yeah, it just wasn't funny.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I get it. I just didn't laugh because it wasn't that good.
Dream guest in my trampoline park?
No, it was better that time. It was better that time.
You know what? That's my favorite thing that I've ever thought of on the pod. After the fact.
I love it.
Where were we? We were going somewhere.
Yeah, you guys were about to start talking about crypto, but Ashley had just called everybody gay, so I don't know if you can get into that right now.
That's nice.
Listen though, crypto, finances, investing, it's for the gays, okay? It is. It's like we're excluded from this conversation. We're excluded from this community. It's for the gays, okay? So basically, this is interesting because it's different in Canada and the US. So we're going to maybe be able to help a wide range of listeners potentially. Maybe someone will learn something that they didn't know before.
I'm coined up, everybody.
I'm not comfortable talking about this without an expert present.
I got a maxed out 401k.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I got it all.
So in Canada, as far as I understand it, the 401k is equivalent to an RRSP.
Okay.
A 401k is like when you put money in, it is withdrawn from your tax.
Nothing that we say here is financial advice.
Oh, that's a good thing to say. Yeah, none of this is financial advice. We're not experts.
Fucking do this.
I'm an expert.
This is our own experience.
Ashley, she's an expert.
Excuse me.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Danny, cut that, please.
don't say that. Basically, Ashley, before we started recording, was talking about investing, and I'm like, I love this conversation. And it's not
this.
It's not had in our.
Mac,
why do you hate
what's
it?
wrong with you that you hate it? Like, why? I really want to investigate this.
Because this is something in my real life that I'm the first one in my family to like study and do, and it stresses me out really bad, even though I am involved in it. And so I compartmentalize it, and I only think about it at a certain time, and I only like look at my accounts at a certain time.
What stresses you? What's the stressful part?
What do you mean? What stresses me? The stock market. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but like if you look at
because of the variability.
It's because you have no idea what's going to happen, truly, even though we have patterns that we can observe.
Mm-hmm. But that's not really true over time. Over time.
Yeah, but it's still stressful.
It is up and up and up and up and up over time. Even when there are downs, like it goes back up. You're really just betting. Now, this is going to sound scary given what's happening today, but you're really just betting on the future of America.
Exactly.
Now, today, that's the scary part. That's a pretty rough thing to say, but I still think that we have enough runway ahead of us for it to continue to go up at least for like 10, 15, 20 years.
It's gotta, hopefully. It's gotta. I think that finances and investing your money, making use of things like 401k, or if you're in Canada, RRSPs, TFSAs, there's all sorts of different accounts like that. It's like a conversation that feels very finance bro. And, there's a taboo around money generally. People don't like to talk about money. It's like this kind of culturally sensitive thing in both Canada and the US. And so what ends up happening is people who aren't finance bros, or who generally aren't like white, middle, upper class, straight men, don't have access to information, or like the information that gives you confidence to make financial decisions that are going to benefit you in the long run. And so it's actually something that I wish I had more of a leg in the game in terms of talking about it, because as a queer woman, like there's just...
Can I make 2 recommendations, Alayna?
Yes.
Ramit, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Sethi has he is not white, and he has probably the most accessible way. He's giving the same tips as anyone else, but the 2 people that I'm about to suggest are people that did not come from a lot. They are very liberal. They're liberal politically. They might describe themselves as more moderate, because I think in order to have an interest in finance, you sort of have to have this idea of like moderation generally to play it safely. But they are really, really great at breaking down finances. And Ramit has a podcast about couples specifically and the way gender roles affect the way we spend and the way we invest and stuff like that. I would highly recommend his book and his podcast. And then the other guy that I listen to is Scott Galloway. I fucking love with this guy. I love this guy. I fuck with him so hard. I would probably marry him. He is like, I think he's so smart.
On the last episode, we talked about how it drives me crazy when you're always kissing boys. So I'd appreciate a little bit more sensitivity around that.
But they both talk about I've learned so much from them, but more than learning from them, I've started to have like the confidence to actually do things that I wouldn't have done in the past. And so if we're not a good resource, these guys like are really incredible resources.
There's also an account called Her First 100K. Her First 100K. And she also does like she gives a lot of great information and tips around investing and finances. And she specifically targets women and like speaks to women about, money is power in a lot of ways. And yeah, we just historically.
Jen and I have a monthly meeting about finances. We check in on what the other one's doing with investments and stuff like that. And I also like have really, through learning about finance, Ramit doesn't own a home. A lot of these people are saying like owning a home is actually not right now, especially, and depending on what city you live in, you can do some math. I think like a lot of millennials and Gen Z bemoan the fact that we can't own a home. But if you look at actual return on investment, putting that money in gradually rather than like holding on to it for a home, if you put that money into the stock market, you can actually make more than you would on the value of a home.
Absolutely. If owning a home, if your only like reason for or desire to do that is about a financial return, then yes, investing is at this point generally a better way to go. There are calculators online.
And you can start with $100. You can start with anything. Whereas owning a home, you need like 20% of that. Home.
There are calculators that, I'm speaking, everything I say is around Canada because I don't, but there's a Wealth Simple calculator that tells you whether you would have better return on buying a home or renting.
The New York Times has
where
one,
you live and all of that.
If you want to Google it.
But basically, I think that the things that there's a few things that people really don't know. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my own experience. There are savings accounts. In Canada, it's an RRSP. I think in the US, it's the 401k, where when you put money into that savings account, which invests it, again, there's different ways you can do this. You can do it at the bank, but there are also like robo platforms that have a lot lower fees. That when you put money into that account, that money is removed from your total income of the year, lowering the income tax that you're owed or that you owe. It's like a great little hack that you get to put money into a savings account, and then that money is like tax-free until you take the money out, then it's taxed. So the idea with an RRSP is that you're saving for retirement. You don't take that money out until you're in you have low income.
There are also accounts where you can put in tax or post-tax dollars, like a Roth IRA.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Just starting with the RRSP.
Girl, you are overwhelming me.
And then where you guys have the Roth thing, ours is called a TFSA, tax-free savings account. So that money, you put money in that's been taxed. But then any growth, so any interest that you make on your investments is not taxed.
Period.
So you want to max out your RRSP and your TFSA before you start doing any sort of other investing, because those are the best tax
and start doing
savvy.
It now, because if you hit a certain income, you don't qualify for some of these anymore. Not that I would know that.
And then once you've done that, then you can play with Bitcoin. like Ashley. I got caught up in the big Bitcoin, like
2018.
Yeah, and when it was really going crazy, and I bought some. And then for like 6 years, just watched it be gone. But I was like, I'm not going to touch it because the market always goes up in the end. And then, now it's back up. It's annoying that I bought it when it was so high. But
it wasn't so high compared to now. It was like, what it hit like 20 at one point back then?
I don't remember exactly, but
yeah.
Basically, there are resources out there that, even like Ashley was saying, little amounts, putting in little amounts every month, every paycheck, into these investment accounts, compound interest. This is going to grow over time, and you are going to need to do a lot less in 30 years than if you start. If you think that you need to wait until you have a lot of money to start investing, you're going to have a lot more money to hit the same.
Now, some of you will have that
outcomes.
Big inflow of cash when maybe you turn 33, 34, 35, but not all of us. I just nodded and I deserved that. I deserved
well, and you know how Ashley can buy Bitcoin? Because her patrons.
No, it's because I tore.
Her other podcast.
That's how.
Yeah, guys, that's true.
You remember our Hawk Girl?
Absolutely.
Did you see her meme coin?
I did.
Like,
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, it's
Speaking
all
of investing.
That's so fucked up. So fucked
I
up.
watched that thing happen and I was like, this is crazy. To go from Hawk
yeah.
to
a pump
coin,
and dump.
I
honestly to meme coin pipeline.
It's ethically
happens
wrong,
too often.
But it is, if you have no talent, it is actually a really great idea right now before it's regulated.
That's crazy.
It's
I remember a company trying to get
morally
me
wrong.
to do
It's
that.
bankrupt ethically. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't do it. But if you are famous and have no talent and you have a limited window of time,
You're stealing from your viewers.
It is the only path, I think, to a secure financial future.
Okay, so that's a really niche financial not advice that Ashley's giving.
Fame right now, which I don't think you do, but if that's you, yeah, I would definitely make a meme coin.
Make a meme coin quick. One last kind of thing that really changed the way that I thought about investing is, I think it's called EFTs, right? Where it's you don't have to choose specific stocks and like bet on those stocks and I'm going to buy one stock of Apple and I'm going to buy one stock of McDonald's or whatever. You don't have to do it like that. You can buy things I think they're called EFTs. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You are right.
Yeah. You can buy something called an EFT, which is essentially a little piece of every stock. So your investment is just going to perform the same as the overall market. So it's
and here's a fun fact.
Less risky. Mm-hmm.
EFTs outperform
absolutely
brokers 97%.
Yeah.
So that is an expert on finance or a so-called expert on finance trying to beat the market. And 97% of these people who say they know something and want to take a percentage from you don't actually make as much money, and they're taking your money. You should just put it in an EFT and you don't have to pay any brokerage fees.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's a technical term.
A couple years ago when I was like, I should probably look into this because I'm making money now and I don't want to be stupid with it. And I was trying to figure out how to not be stupid, but also I was not raised with like financial literacy. I was calling these random brokerages because I was like, I want somebody to help me with this because I'm scared. And literally, I must have called just a good person because the first guy that I called, I talked to him and he was like, I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I really think that you can just do this on your own. And if you sign with us, like, we're going to take a bunch of fees from you. And I really just think you could handle this and like teach it to yourself. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, after my father died, my mom got like fucked by with her trust. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but I have like so much anger about But it was just a different time. It was just like, now there's so many resources online available. There's so many ways to do it yourself.
But there are still predators out there, so
yeah,
careful.
Yeah, and I also got to be honest, having such an immense stream of resources online, at least for me when I was first trying to get involved with this, was the most overwhelming aspect.
Yeah,
like I'm grateful that there is the opportunity to teach yourself this stuff. But it's so overwhelming with all of the information that is out there.
Yes. So I read a few books on this. Probably the best resource, the most accessible, it's a small little book. It's called The Millionaire Teacher. And this is a teacher. I can't remember if he's from the States or Canada, but the book is great either way. And yeah, I think he's a high school teacher. Just a guy, makes an average income, and he used investing, and not investing like picking different stocks. He essentially used EFTs to become a millionaire. And he breaks down exactly how to do it. It's one resource. It was the way that I got started in all of this. So if you're looking for like one thing to read, that would be my recommendation.
Cool.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I'm lucky enough to have a strong support system around me. I have my family, I have my partner, I have my friends. And while I'm working on getting better at reaching out to them for support when I need it, having a therapist to talk to is a whole different ballgame. There really is no better support system than one that includes a trained professional. If you think about your mentors, they don't always have all the answers, but they do know when to ask questions or when to seek support from their community. Support systems as a whole are so important, and part of my support system has been therapy for years. I've done in-person therapy, I've done virtual therapy, I've done therapy through BetterHelp, and all of it has uniquely contributed to my mental health. Therapy has helped me work through some of the past. It helps me plan for the future. It's helped me set boundaries and process and sometimes just have a safe place to go to vent to somebody who has no skin in the game, like no connection to the rest of my life. And BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient. They serve over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties and easily switch therapists at any time for no extra cost. Build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/chosenfamily today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/chosenfamily. So Mac, how do you deal with the kind of the anxiety of...
We're not gonna get like sued for this, right?
Oh my God.
How would we get
serious.
Sued? Well,
like we can talk about this kind of stuff.
Well, we said it's not financial advice.
Okay.
Even if we did, like, I don't think that they could blow their money with what we've said. Like, I don't even think that putting money into a 401k and an ETF, like, how could they possibly sue us for that? Here's some not financial advice. Absolutely go and find a meme coin that you think is great.
No.
Sarcasm. I would recommend The Millionaire Teacher. That would be, and the accounts that Ashley was talking about. But Mac, how do you deal with the anxiety of the market fluctuating and not panicking and pulling your money out?
Look a lot. Like I know I've researched the things that I'm investing. I know the trends of what's happening in the market. I know that I'm putting my money into low risk stocks or index funds, and I just trust that. Take a step back
and leave it alone.
I grew up with like a lot of anxiety around money and like finances and stuff, and it was weird in my house. And I think just like trying to break out of that has been very difficult, and I didn't expect it to be.
What was weird?
We were a family of 6 living on a pretty low income, and it was a really big stressor in my family, and it was also like very apparent that it was a really big stressor to all the kids in the household. So it created just a really anxious environment. I think it's good to teach kids about money, but the way that it was handled in my house was more, I don't know how to explain it besides it was just really stressful. So I guess that situation had me grow up into a person who has a lot of fear around finances and money. And I think I've gotten a lot better because I've educated myself. And I think that if you struggle with the same thing, educating yourself will help a lot. Yeah, that's difficult.
Ashley, how was your financial literacy or like emotional experience
Me?
growing up? Yeah.
Mine is so complicated.
Sounds like Max complicated too.
It's hard to like break it down and talk about it in
without preparing
simple terms.
some
Without
notes.
preparing. I think.
Should we take some
Yeah,
questions?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
see if we
we
can find
should.
one about finances.
There's no way. You think
There
the people
won't-
that
there-
write in,
there
how can I tell if a girl likes me are interested in ETF? In ETFs.
we have someone's asking about EFT.
What's that?
I'm not sure. I know there's an EFT called emotion focused therapy, but I don't know if that's what they're asking about. It just says thoughts on EFT tapping, but I don't know what that is.
Oh, my mom does that.
What is it?
It's like, I can describe it with an example. If I would go up to my mom and I would be like, I'm really anxious, I think I'm gonna have a panic attack, she would like start tapping my chest.
Oh,
And that was supposed to like take it away, which I think medication also does, but you know,
Well,
no offense. Yeah, I don't really have anything good to say about that because I think I resent a lot of naturopathic
right.
remedies. If it works for you, it works for you, but I would prefer to have care from a doctor. Damn, am I kind of salty today? Am I salty right now?
I don't think so.
I'm bringing in energy right
feel
now.
you're
guys.
fucking salty, dude.
I think
feel
I'm fucking
salty?
salty right now.
I need a cup of water.
A third beverage?
Yeah.
Question for the pod. If someone I know happened to create a Google Drive that contained the textbooks needed for an upcoming term that they downloaded off of Anna's archive and shared it with all their classmates, what do you think of that? This person may or may not be having a moral dilemma on the rights and wrongs of such things.
Okay, first of all, I think you missed the word allegedly in there, Alayna.
They didn't name any names. Allegedly.
What? Allegedly.
Allegedly, they didn't name names.
Allegedly, what is Anna's... What is it?
Anna's archive. So allegedly, Anna's archive, just for those who might not know, not that I know, because I would never allegedly.
You allegedly know.
Allegedly I know, but allegedly I would never visit the site personally, allegedly. It's a place where you can download digital books. So a lot of students, allegedly, use Anna's archive to download textbooks and class resources for free, like pirated. And so this person is asking about the morals around that.
Knowing that there's probably an author who needs that money, I think is the idea.
Yeah, but it's an interesting question because they're referencing textbooks specifically. I think that there's a more clear moral standing around your average writer who has written a novel or whatever, some sort of book, and pirating that work because that is taking money from that artist, from that writer.
I don't know how textbook. I think part of this for me is I actually don't know how a textbook author gets paid. I don't know if they're under contract with a publisher. That's my question too. I have no idea.
I know
but I'll tell you what, I'd download the fucking books.
School is like, if we're taking royalties. They make royalties. If we're taking a real kind of my real thoughts, but they're not realistic, is that I think that textbooks and class materials should be included in your tuition fees. So I think it's kind of silly.
They are, by the way.
That's the thing, is that
100% are.
That students need to take on the cost of required materials is slimy. So that's on like that stance. I'm like, yeah, download the book. But it's like, are you taking away from the institutions by downloading the book, or are you taking away from the author? I don't actually know how it works.
Yeah, I understand the fear, but this is like a larger thing. It's like system versus individual.
Yeah.
And our systems are so broken.
Yeah.
That anytime you think about the individual for or against, it at this point feels so helpless, hopeless. Yeah. Like, how can I make the right decisions when everything is so busted? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's the larger theme here. Mm-hmm. I just wrote this joke where I run into a guy that served in the army, and I'm like in a situation where I'm kind of scared. I'm like pulled over on the side of the road, and I pull up to a truck, and I see that he's army is in the joke, and I go,
"This happened?"
Yeah, it happened. Mm-hmm. I always thank people for their service. Mm-hmm. Always, because
as every patriot should.
Well, a lot of people are like, I'm not going to do that because I don't like support how much money we're putting into the. Well, first of all, your dollars went there, bitch. So take this out on you. And second of all, this guy did put his life on the line as an individual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And as a system where this person needs that money to go to college or get out of their podunk homophobic town, I am not going to blame this dude for using one of the only resources available to him. So in the joke, I go, "Oh, thank you as an individual, but as a system, I'm not so sure." Because that's like what you think in your brain, right? Like, yeah. So I think it's like a really super tedious prospect to unravel every possible thing, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to think of like my solution or my answer would be, and I feel like if you're on the fence about the morality of downloading these textbooks, but it's like you're a student, you're going into all of this debt in a way that's incredibly unethical, that to pay this much for education. Maybe it's a question of doing what you have to do now, and then once you're in the career or once you're in the next step past your degree, using some of the money that you make to like give back in some way. Like maybe that can
fuck giving back. Buy some Bitcoin with that money.
And then the returns, when you get the ROI,
pass them on to your children before you die to avoid taxes in a yearly gift of $15,000 or under.
Okay, this is not financial advice. That is not financial advice. Allegedly,
yeah, I don't know if I personally do this, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't know how you would argue. The morality discussion around this is so complicated, and I can't even begin to process that. But I know for myself personally, I don't think I could do it and feel good about it. That being said, I'm also a person who I'm able to afford to buy my textbooks, so I'm speaking about it from that perspective. But also,
that's the thing.
I buy used textbooks every semester. You save so much money. Mm-hmm. Like I got
some of this you can get from the library, right?
For like $20.
Yeah,
like
but
the outdated
often
textbook, like the pages don't line up. I know.
And often there aren't very many. Like there's been certain things in my classes where we go to take them from the library and there's like one copy, you know, and there's 20 of us trying to get a hold of that one copy. It's like the system is really broken.
Mm-hmm.
My computer science classes never had textbooks.
That's really nice.
Generally, when I can afford to do something, I do it. That's my rule. Like if I can always afford to make the donation at the museum, so I make the donation at the museum. Mm-hmm. You know, I overtip, stuff like that. Stuff that I can afford where I know other people are skimping out. Mm-hmm. Because I know other people are stealing and they have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the question, is like, if this is something that is going to make a difference in your schooling experience, you know, in your bigger financial picture, then maybe it's a question of do what you have to do now, give back later if you can. That would be my thought.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because it's something that I have not looked into at all, but maybe people have like thoughts on it. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to orchestrate like a financial protest. Like, wouldn't it be kind of amazing if we all just stopped paying our healthcare bill?
It's like a boycott.
Guys, I have this little tiny thought that I've just been entertaining.
Just
that
boycott
I
the healthcare altogether.
No, but something important like that in like like something that a real influencer could actually have. Like, what if there were a 10% or a 20% hit to like the healthcare industry just all at once? I think it lacks organization, but boycotting
it would be great.
Is not necessarily buying a product. But we're already subscribed to healthcare. Like, we're already opted in. And I think if you miss a bill, like, there's some grace period where I don't even fucking know with these healthcare companies. But, like, I'd be interested to know if, like pay parts of paying taxes or, like, I wonder if there have been any successful financial...
Like, just refusal to pay.
Yeah. I wonder if that has existed. Because I can't think of a way in a capitalist society where other forms of protest, like, continue to work with the level of... with where we're at. Like, I
would wonder about the like consequence implications on the individual in that situation, which I don't know.
But
we'd have to look into it.
If it's big enough, I wonder. And I think there are some people who are more willing to take a hit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and it's like civil court. I didn't know that if somebody wins in civil court, like whatever amount they're agreed to be paid, the person can just not pay it. Yeah. Like, there's no repercussion. There's no follow-up.
Very little. Yeah.
Me. So I wonder, there's got to be some similar...
I think there are credit implications. Like, they can take your credit score down. Like, there are things, but like, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It's an interesting question.
I've just been thinking about, like, what kind of things I can do, because so much of what we're doing is just like so useless, and the infighting is like just unbearable, that I wish I could do something like more tangible. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would take, shareholders really to make any progress, and I'm just not sure that they're gonna do it. So what's the next thing? It's like, the people actually like who purchased the product.
Yeah. In theory, it makes sense. Like, if enough people refused to pay some sort of tax or, or medical bill or something, in theory, that would have an impact. I don't know what it looks like in practice.
There was some viral content going around on TikTok of people discussing something similar, Ashley, but it was related to the TikTok ban, and it was creators and small businesses that run through TikTok that were basically wanting to implement a movement of not paying their taxes this upcoming year because of the TikTok ban. Because
so
the
funny that they did it over the TikTok ban and not health. I'm sorry. My whole business relies on TikTok, and I just, the irony, the incredible irony of us caring so much about how TikTok runs, how Instagram runs, like us being all anti-capitalist, but being fed things by the algorithm that they know give us an addictive quality in order to sell us more ads. Things that you think are like, oh, this is so me. It's like, no, it's a robot of you being chosen by a company in order to serve you ads so that you stay on the platform longer to watch those ads. You sycophant. Sorry.
Yeah. But you're saying that healthcare, that it's wild that we just accept, I'm in Canada,
absolutely,
that you guys just accept these healthcare bills and you pay the medical bills. Is that what you're?
Yeah. It's interesting to me. Well, it's sort of like what we talked about last time. Because we're all addicted to rage and dopamine. It's interesting to me that people are so obsessed with who you follow on Instagram, but not that you use Instagram.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the medical thing because I'm
girl. We're all stuck on the medical thing.
I think because I live in Canada, it's like really baffling to me. It's really truly baffling, the idea of going to the doctor and like being given a bill. So, any ideas around how to stand up to that system? I'm like, what could be the way? Like, because it sounds like it's getting worse, not better.
Oh yeah, it's getting worse. I mean, there are starting to be people that are like looking into trying to use the legal system, which I think in America is actually a really productive My college girlfriend is a lawyer, fancy lawyer. And
not just a regular one.
No, she's fancy lawyer. We're friends. And one of the things that I was just so in love with was the way that she knew about these sort of historic changes that happened through the legal system that a lot of people like didn't take seriously. Like the legal system in America is incredibly powerful in both directions. And so I'm hopeful that when a healthcare company withholds, an inhaler and that kid dies, I'm hopeful that can eventually become murder. Like I really want that to become murder.
Well, yeah.
And I do think, the legal, I mean, the problem is that the healthcare companies have great lawyers too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I have no hope from that perspective because these companies are so powerful and they have so much money.
Segregation.
Do you really feel like it?
Segregation was a legal battle at the end of the day. Brown versus Board of Education. Right. I mean, a lot of this stuff came down to small legal challenges. So they're very important. Supporting things like the ACLU is like very important.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready for this today.
How did we?
Sorry, guys.
I'm like, how did we? No, not you. I just mean, how did we get here? Like, I actually am realizing I don't know anything about the history of the healthcare system in the USA.
Yeah, it actually would be worth looking into why we, it's so crazy.
How you ended up there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about it either. You want me to text my fancy lawyer girlfriend? See if she knows?
Yeah, ask her if she'll guess on the pod.
That's quite a question to get her to respond to in the next 3 minutes.
Dude, she's so smart. It's like crazy how smart she is.
You have to be pretty smart to be a fancy lawyer, don't you?
Yeah,
she got a 180 on her LSAT. That's a perfect score, Mac.
I don't know what that means, but whoa.
Thank you.
I'm guessing.
There's like 3 people that get it every year.
Wow. Okay, whoa, for real.
Okay.
I don't actually know that statistic, but she's really, really, really smart.
She's super fancy
lawyer ex-girlfriend.
Why'd you break up with her? Damn. What the hell?
I think she would say this. She's not totally comfortable with the idea of her bisexuality. She's not sure if she's bisexual.
Wow. Okay.
I think.
Well, now she's not
I think she'd be okay with me saying that.
Well, people don't know who she is, right?
Yeah.
But they would if she guessed it.
But Ashley Gavin, ex-college girlfriend, fancy lawyer. Would she come up? Would her name be there?
Let's Google it.
Let's try it.
Let's just try Ashley Gavin, ex-girlfriend.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, I like this. This is more my speed for today.
Yeah. Let's end on this note.
Oh, it's all Jen because Jen and I.
Well, I was thinking
took a break.
I'm trying Mac.
No,
my apology video comes up.
No,
I'm doing Mac.
No.
Oh, a video of the 3 of us comes up.
Period. Okay.
Wait, guys, you have to watch this AI created entertainment news video.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They are dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives at your door fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. This is not a meal kit where you need to take all of the ingredients and prepare them and combine them and cook them yourselves. Factor arrives fully prepared, and they have 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu every single week, so it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. So you can choose from preferences like plant-based, protein plus, even Keto Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. So reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
For the love of God, please go watch the link that I put in the chat immediately.
Okay, going.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Entertainment news.
Ashley Gavin back together with her ex-girlfriend, Jen Parker Davis. #gossip, #short video, #influencer.
Comedian Ashley Gavin announces reconciliation with ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
Guess what, guys?
This is
I have some exciting news to share, said Ashley Gavin, the comedian known for her hilarious stand-up routines. In a recent podcast episode with her friends Maddie Weiner and Brienne Williamson, Ashley dropped a bombshell about her love life.
Oh, you dropped a bombshell.
I am back together with my ex-girlfriend, Jen Parker Davis, Ashley revealed, leaving her friends stunned. After a brief breakup in 2022, Ashley and Jen had been apart for some time.
This is actually incredibly accurate. But
about
the
a year
photos
after
are
our
really...
breakup, we started talking
Yeah,
again,
the stock
Ashley
video
shared.
images or videos.
We realized we still had strong feelings for each other. Admitting their past mistakes, Ashley and Jen decided to give their relationship another chance. They went on a dinner date, attended a wedding together, and finally found closure regarding their commitment issues. 8 months after their breakup, Ashley and Jen officially got back together, much to the delight of their fans.
I like when I'm running through the
Throughout
field
her life,
with the dog.
Ashley has used her heartbreaks as
That's what
material
I'm
for her
seeing that
comedy,
right now.
and this reconciliation is no exception. Their on and off relationship has captivated
Now there's
their
a
fans.
man? You're with a
who
man?
have seen them together in YouTube videos and Instagram.
This is like actually incredible. Sorry, guys. I enjoyed that.
Oh, what's that? Did you enjoy a fan edit?
That's not a fan edit. That was a bot.
Was that a fan edit?
That was a bot.
That you really enjoyed?
That was a bot, and you know it.
I don't know it.
You do know it.
Fan edit. Ashley loved a fan edit. Make more fan edits of Ashley. She loves it.
Wait, why does this have 450 views but no comments? Also, who out of you guys listening to this podcast right now were the ones that watched that? 450 views is kind of a lot for a random AI video.
We're putting that in the pod.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. Let's see what other entertainment news this person has.
Yeah, I would like to know the other entertainment news.
Listen, I got on here ready to talk to you guys, and you guys were like finances, healthcare, standing up to the government,
what did you want to
thanking
talk
veterans
about?
for their service. Like,
Excuse
you guys,
me?
I'm tired.
What did you want to talk about?
I don't know. Like,
We can still talk about it.
no, it's too late now. It's too late now. And people probably left because they're stressed out. I'm right.
I don't think so.
Listener, write in if you left because you're stressed out. Listener, write in if you're not here.
Listener, write in if you left, but then came back to hear
It's
this
actually
part
really
and
funny
write in.
because they wouldn't be able to write in if they had left because they're
Yes,
not here to
thanks,
do
Mac.
that.
That is
yeah,
the
thanks,
joke,
Mac.
yeah.
It's a
That's
really
the
great joke from
Mac.
Ashley.
That is actually the joke.
I think I could be an AI.
Do we want to take another question?
Sure.
Well, yeah, let me look. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Why don't we just do this person asked, how do you practice being funny?
I saw that one and I was like,
Don't make me do that.
No.
yeah.
Hey,
How do you
hang out
practice
with
being
funny
funny?
people.
No,
Yeah.
you have to
Learn
go to
from
open
them.
mics. Sorry.
No.
Oh, no, your average person, not somebody who wants to be funny on
I don't
stage.
No, I
Somebody
don't-
who just wants to be funny, like more funny in their life, day to day.
I really don't
mean,
think there's a way unless you're literally married to a comedian. Like I think
Hang
you
out
have
with funny people.
Yeah, hang out with funny
Yeah,
people.
hang out with funny people.
I would
go
put
take
on
an
a
improv
t-shirt,
class.
Ashley Gavin made me funny.
But you have to you have to do that for hours. Like that's a class if you're doing it the correct way. And the funny people, if you're not funny, they don't want to hang out with you. So I think you have to do an open mic or like an improv class. I'm sorry.
Improv class, I think is a good.
You think improv is less scary than stand up?
Actually, I do, yeah, but
You
maybe
are
that's because I
wrong.
did
You
improv
are
for years.
Wrong, and anyone who has done both will tell you that. Because at least with stand-up, it's timed, it's 5 minutes. In improv, you could be up there for a while and you don't have a script. You just have to be funny off the top of your head. And it's not like short form improv. Long form improv is like really hard.
I know, but I think maybe the reason that I think it's less scary is because I think that I am more relationally funny. Maybe that's the entertainment part. Is I don't think I stand up and tell a story and the story is funny. I think I'm
no
only
one's telling
funny.
stories at their first open mic. They're just telling okay, but keep going.
I think I'm only funny like building on things that somebody else has already said.
Okay.
So that's where improv is a better medium.
But you know
for
what
me.
they've said? They're like, boy, oh boy, this chili isn't so good.
It's true. Oh God, you're giving me flashbacks. That just put me right back in high school improv.
Okay, I'll make it easier. Hey sis.
No, I'm not
this
playing.
Chili
I'm not-
sucks. Hey sis, here we are at our mom's house and she made us chili and it sucks.
No, I'm not doing this.
I can't do better than that. That's a perfect opening line.
No, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. I'm not playing.
It does suck, and I think we have to confront her about it. That's what I would say.
happening today?
Mom?
So bad.
Yeah.
Mom, Alayna wants to tell you something.
I'm not playing. I really can't. I will throw
Alayna,
up.
No,
you
you're
used to
giving
be
me
a
a
theater
no?
kid. Come on.
I can't. I panic. Blank, black mind.
There
nothing,
we go.
Nothing in
Now,
my
if
head.
You had a written
Head
joke.
empty.
Let's write a joke real quick, okay, Alayna?
Okay. Oh God, yeah. Okay,
Tell
I love
me
this.
something that makes you that gives you a visceral reaction in any direction. Happy, sad, mad, whatever. Like just one thing, something that pisses you off, something that makes you wonder, something that brings you joy.
I mean, the first thing that came to mind, but this is stupid, is like just styrofoam.
That's not stupid at all. What? Tell me more about how you feel about styrofoam.
Well, because we just moved, right? We had to order new furniture, like some new stuff, and there's two things about styrofoam. One, the feeling of it is like absolutely awful, and two, you can't put styrofoam in the regular garbage. So now I just have all this styrofoam.
See, and okay, so now I'm gonna tell you the joke process that I just went through. Because my instant reaction was, you hoity-toity bitch, styrofoam. Why do you think you're better than other garbage? Probably because you're white.
You're funny. I was like, the
But
feeling
then you would
is
go through
ignorant.
and you'd break that down more. You'd be like, okay, like that is really annoying that it needs its own thing. You just like keep kind of inquiring.
You have to bring it to a special place.
Yeah. What a fucking bitch she is. But now you could like go through that process on your own and like bring that to you just like at least know what you were going to say.
Right. Yeah, I guess that is helpful to know what you're going to say.
I have no idea where that chili scene was going.
What do we have for dinner? Chili.
Chili makes me throw up.
God, I love improv. I love watching improv. This is what I learned.
Yeah, I like watching it.
In doing improv for years, what I learned is I actually love watching improv. I hate doing it.
That's funny because I don't think anyone likes watching improv.
Oh, I love it. I love watching
Bad improv?
when it's good.
Yeah.
No, there's a really good improv show here called Sunday Service every Sunday in Vancouver. And they're hilarious. Like, they're so good. It's so fun.
Good improv is incredible.
Yeah. Okay, I have to walk my dog.
I have to go to
And
therapy.
Ashley has to go to therapy.
Okay.
And Mac has to keep, slowing down and savoring and really
just savoring
working to stop with the hectic lifestyle and just take a minute, Mac.
Take a minute.
Just take a minute.
Patreon.
Oh, look, right on cue.
Julio.
He knows his walk is. Hi, you know it's time for your walk, hey?
That's so cute.
Time.
If only Julio could afford more dog food. Too bad he's so skinny because he's starving.
Your patronage puts food in Julio's bowl. Oh my God. Well, it does. It does. This is literally my job.
Remember that whole spiel I went on about like your fucking feed? Maybe make a choice where your dollars go. You will
Don't buy the textbook and give it to our
us the
Patreon.
money. Exactly. That's exactly correct.
There it
Yes.
is. That's how you
That's
give
it.
back. There, you can feel good about it.
Yes,
Okay.
and give us more money. Yes, and even more. Yes, and more on top of that.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
He wants to come up here. You guys want to see how he sits on my lap? Even though he doesn't fit.
He's too big.
Yeah, he's too big, but
No,
he
he's
likes
not.
to do it anyway.
Yes. Scratch his
Sighthound
whole body
lead.
immediately, Alayna. What are you doing?
Yes, I know. I'm giving him a big hug.
Scratch his body.
He's the sweetest boy.
He doesn't seem to be happy at all. I know he
This
is.
is just his. This is his baseline. He is happiest when he's on a lap, though, so we can guarantee he's quite happy right now.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like he's thinking about something.
Okay, this is really boring for the listeners, you guys.
Mac,
But on
fuck you.
YouTube- On
I'm
YouTube,
just being
they
honest.
Like it.
Oh,
Did Ashley leave?
Fuck you.
it was a protest.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
We will see you next week.
Bye.
Chosen Family is a Forever Dog production, hosted by Ashley Gavin, Alayna Joy, and Mac and Jimmy. Edited by Danny Jewell, executive produced by Zoe Applebaum. Forever Dog Productions is Joe Cilio, Alex Ramsey, and Brett Bowen.
Forever